Hey guys, Marsingan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so JP has revealed the details on the Twitter for the new Dokkan Fest that will be coming out very soon, the Gohan and Piccolo from the Saiyan Saga. This was revealed, I think it was just the SSR art that was shown. This was revealed during the Breakers anniversary stream. Apologies to all you guys, I know some of you out there have already commented to tell me that you're waiting for my reaction to all that info. For the global side of all the heroes and Super Saiyan 4 Goku and stuff like that, the Breaker stream was at 3 AM UK time, so your boy was asleep. But trust me, we will have all of that stuff coming out later on. But this is the breaking fresh news that has just dropped, the Gohan and Piccolo details, as well as the side banner unit, the Vegeta and Nappa. So we have the translations for them, but we are going to go ahead and check out the animations first of all. So I'm going to pause the OST in the background here, and then let's go ahead and check out their animations. There you go, there we have it. So we finally have the Piccolo sacrifice in the game. Some of the shots from these look pretty good. The Vegeta and Nappa one, I would say, is very basic. And there's one shot that did kind of make me laugh, which is this. When you look at the size of like Vegeta compared to the planet, I think it's kind of funny. I mean, the Nappa and Vegeta one, I wouldn't say it's bad at all. It's just very, very basic. It's got some cool close-ups in it and stuff like that. Obviously, the Piccolo and Gohan one, definitely very cool, right? Having this finally in the game. The Revival OST sounds really cool. So yeah, having a really good representation for this animation in the game is definitely cool. Great moment from the series. So yeah, very, very nice. So we have the translations posted. Shout out to the Dokkan Battle Wiki. So we're going to go ahead and go through these here. The size for some of them is a bit off because one of them's massive. So to fit them all on the screen, you may have a bit of difficulty reading it, but I'm going to read it all out. So we're all good. So Extreme Tech, Rise of the Saiyan Elites, Vegeta and Nappa. They are the side banner unit. They lead Terrifying Conquerors for key 3 key and HP attack and defense 130. Let's just put the OST back on here in the background. They greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn on their super attack effect. They do supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lower attack and defense. So yeah, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. We absolutely take that. Their passive is attack and defense 150%. Additional attack 80 when performing a super. So could get some okay numbers out of them attack wise. Key 1 up to 4. An additional attack and defense 30% up to 120, so that's 4 for both of them, right? With each attack performed. So 4 attacks performed to fully max them out. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super, okay? And they build up by attacking, so even if you don't get the super, they still get the build up. But them greatly raising and then having a great chance to do an additional is really good. Attacks effective against all types when the enemy is attack or defense down. So attack or defense down restrictions can be annoying because there's a lot of bosses that don't let you do that, but they're only getting attacks effective against all types, which whilst that is a really good thing to have, it doesn't like ruin the unit if they can't get it, right? So that's not too bad at all. And then reduce damage received by 30% as the third attacker in the turn. Ooh, okay. So yeah, they are built to be a floating unit. Guards all attacks when there's another Pure Saiyan or Terrifying Conqueror's ally in the same turn. So actually, it's so weird. Like, this unit would be so good if they gave support with their passive. Because straight away, I'm thinking of characters like Turles, whose team definitely needs buffs. And so these guys in slot 3 on his team, 30% damage reduction, guard, because of the other Turles, right, the Pure Saiyans. They're greatly raising attack and defense. So with the great chance to super in their passive and then the hidden potential, they could super 3 times in one turn. So they're greatly raising their defense 3 times whilst having guard and damage reduction. So they actually seem really good. Yeah, definitely good for Turles' team, or just any sort of Terrifying Conqueror's build, right? Because they can have a Terrifying Conqueror's ally as well. Now, they do have some awkward links for other teams, right? Things like Saiyan Pride, Tough as Nails, over 9,000. But they do have Brutal Beatdown, they have Shocking Speed, they have Fierce Battle. So they'll link up reasonably well with some cooler units as well. And they are on a few decent categories, right? Saiyan Saga obviously getting massively buffed by this celebration. So they actually seem really good. So kind of surprised by that, but yeah, definitely a decent side banner unit. And then let's jump in and take a look at Piccolo and Gohan. So their leader skill is Bond of Master and Disciple or Saiyan Saga, 3 key HP attack and defense 170 with an additional 30% for Earth-bred fighters. Ooh. So that means their 200% leader skill will include units like LR Ultimate Gohan and Orange Piccolo. Pretty much most Piccolos, in fact, and most Gohans will be on their 200% leader skill. And then Saiyan Saga and Earthbred fighters, so characters like Yamcha, any of the Saiyan Saga Gokus, Krillin, Tien, stuff like that, they'll all be on there as well. So this seems like a pretty good leader skill, right? It's a big buff for the super side of Saiyan Saga, because pretty much all of the super class units for Saiyan Saga are on Earthbred fighters. And then obviously we have Bond of Master and Disciple, throwing in a bunch of other characters as well. Trunks' will be on that category, right? So that'll be quite a lot of units that are getting the full 200%. So that is very, very good. Their super attack effect for their first form here is the Explosive Demon Flash. Obviously, we can tell from the animations that we saw, right, that they have a revival. So greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, do immense damage. Again, we love to see that greatly raise, so for 1 turn. Key +2, attack and defense 150. Raise attack by up to 150 depending on your remaining HP. The lesser HP, the greater the boost. So the lower HP, the more damage they will do. Additional attack and defense 100% when performing a super. Reduce damage received by 40% when HP is 70% or more as the first or second attacker in the turn. So straight away on like turn 1, they can obviously be a solid tank. They give Bond of Master and Disciple or Saiyan Saga allies 2 key attack and defense 30%. Support does not stack, right? So if it's Bond of Master and Disciple and Saiyan Saga, they're not getting 4 key and 60%. That's fair enough. 2 key and 30% is still good support. Superclass allies key 1 attack and defense 30% for 3 turns as the third attacker in the turn. Ooh. Okay, so they have damage reduction when based on HP if they're in slot 1 or 2. If they're in slot 3, they become like a giga support unit, because another 1 key and 30% to superclass allies, that means the units who are in Bond of Master and Disciple or Saiyan Saga are getting 3 key and 60% support for the turn that they're on, and then for 2 turns after that, they get the extra 30% and 1 key. So if you float these guys off, it obviously takes 3 turns for them to come back. They're giving their support for the entire time they're off rotation. The second part, 1 key and 30%. That's really good. If HP is 70% or less, starting from the... 70% or less at the start of the attacking turn, or starting from the 7th turn, revive with 70% HP recovered by exchanging with Gohan when this character or an ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. So they have the better KO revival thing, right, where it's any unit that gets killed. But it's no turn restriction if you're HP 70% or less. That's insane. HP 70% or less when they're on rotation at any time, or starting from the 7th turn. So if you get to turn 7 and they still haven't revived, even if you're on full health, they then have their revival active. And then, yeah, obviously their exchange condition is exactly the same, because then they revive. So they have Gaze of Respect, Demonic, Ways, Cold Judgment, Brainiac, Z-Fighters, Infighter, and Fierce Battle. Not the best link set, but obviously for Saiyan Saga, the fact they provide so much support, I think that kind of makes up for it, right? And then once you revive into Gohan, the Dragon Flash is the super, massively raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does immense damage to the enemy. And then the passive skill, Ki +2, attack and defense 150, additional attack and defense 100 when performing a super, and if HP is 58% or more when performing a super, plus an additional attack 100%. So that's good because that can change mid-turn, right? So if you're at the start of the turn, if you're at just below 50% or more HP, but you heal with an item or same type orbs, then obviously you're still going to get that. Unless you lose health, obviously, before he attacks. Then an additional Ki 12, attack and defense 300% when performing a super, and a guaranteed crit within the attacking turn. Wait, what is that part of the 58% or more when performing a super, plus an additional attack 100%, plus an additional Ki 12, attack and defense 300% when performing a super attack, and perform a crit within the character's attacking turn. Is that when you have the 58% or more HP? Because that's insane, if that is accurate. That part seems really weirdly worded. But Gohan can clearly get a massive buff. Attacks effective against all types for 3 turns from the start of turn. So straight away after the revival, you get attacks effective against all types for 3 turns. Superclass allies Ki 2. Great chance of performing a critical hit when there is a pure Saiyan category enemy. Evades enemy attacks when there's an ally whose name includes... Wait, what? Evades enemy attack when there is an ally whose name includes Goku on the team. High chance of evading enemies' attacks for 3 turns from the start of the turn. That's got to have a turn restriction, right? No way he has 100% dodge after reviving as long as you have a Goku. Because that means if once you've revived and you have a Goku, he's invincible. That can't be right. Or maybe that, or is that part of the 3 turns? So for 3 turns only, guaranteed dodge if there's a Goku and high chance to dodge if there isn't. I feel like that's how that has to be read, right? Because 100% dodge once you revive in like perpetuity forever is crazy. So I feel like that's part of this last part, right? Because there's a comma there. Evades enemy attack when there's an ally whose name includes Goku on the team. High chance of evading for 3 turns. So they must be the same part, right? But even so, that's wild because like... Saiyan Saga, there's not a lot of super crazy Gokus, like the STR LR Kaioken can still be somewhat runnable. The version Z Goku with the support is a bit outdated now, but like them being on the team, giving this guy 100% dodge for 3 turns is pretty crazy. LR Goku and Piccolo are still somewhat usable, and obviously with the buffs from this team, especially with all the support from this new unit, that could be really good as well. Yeah, they seem really, really good. In this base form, I love the fact that they've split between the design here. So if you're putting the unit or slot 1 or 2 and you're at 70% or more HP, there'll be a really strong tank. And then say you start the turn and you're below 70% HP, you can just float them off and then they're a 60% support unit for most of your team. That seems pretty crazy. So let me know what you guys think down below. These guys seem absolutely cracked. The animations are very good. Like I say, the Nappa and Vegeta ones are kind of but the Gohan and Piccolo ones seem really, really good. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.